Today on Veteran Stand Up, I'm talking about veteran food insecurity with Daughenbaugh, Marine Corps veteran and Vice President of Operations for the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. Well, Donnie, I know the coalition provides a wide range of support to veterans, and really one of the disappointing things is to think about, our nation of plenty, and yet food is one of those needs. What's the food aid program?
So, Paul, good morning. The cool thing about the coalition is that with this food aid program, we have a partnership with a group called Feed the Children, and they stockpile basically supplies of food, books, toiletries, home goods, and we are their military veteran charity of choice for distributing these goods to low-income veteran families, as well as the lower echelon of those that are on base. So this is the only program the coalition has where people that are still in the military that live on these military bases where we hold our events can get assistance. But we will do about 10 trucks a year is our goal. And each truck provides about a week's worth of food, toiletries, and household supplies for 400 families for about a week. Now, if the family has 4, 5, 6 people, some of the time when they come through these lines, we will give them 2. But a lot of people don't realize that there are about 25,000 members that are currently using food stamps in the military. And then for veterans, once they're out of the military and they don't have that guaranteed paycheck, between 24 and 55-year-olds, there's about 7% that live in poor food need situations where, help like this is really a lifeline for them.
How does a veteran or a member of the military go about getting food aid?
So the interesting thing about this is if the food assistance comes outside of our traditional emergency financial assistance program, then we don't have a link for this. There's no application on the food truck distribution event. We will post about the event on our website and on our Facebook page, which is really kind of where the coalition lives and breathes, is our online social media presence. And once we have the link posted for when and where the event is going to take place, then we open it up through Military Welfare and Recreation, Blue Star Families. They help us to facilitate the distribution by opening up application links, requests for information, and then we have a lot of veterans that find out about the events happening near them, some very last minute, and they show up. And once we can verify that they are in fact a veteran, we don't do any sort of a financial evaluation. We just, if they're a veteran, they show up to the food distribution event, they can get the help along with the other folks that had learned about it prior to the day of.
I know you said 10 trucks, but I know in preparing for this, you said you wish there were more. What's the plan for the future?
Yep. So each truck costs the coalition about $15,000. So we set aside a certain budget to really focus on areas where we know that there is a higher need for veterans that could benefit from this food and veteran families, not just veterans. So, ideally, we've got one coming up in New Jersey and Colorado and Fort Campbell, Kentucky. We do these regionally in conjunction with the military bases. In a perfect world, we would knock out 1 or 2 per state, and that would be an incredible challenge for us. But the number of lives that we would touch would be in the hundreds of thousands in just 1 year.
Sure. What can other veterans do to help?
What can other veterans do to help with this food distribution? If, say, a veteran is not in need of any sort of assistance, once we post this list, we always need volunteers because this thing comes in on a semi. We get forklift operators to offload everything. And then usually, just to save a few trees and expedite the process, we will break down a number of these boxes and try and condense them into 1 or 2 where they might be 2 or 3 or 4. So we're always looking for volunteers that want to help out with these events. We do have a banner on our website, which has been mentioned multiple times, throughout this interview process, that outline where the events are going to take place, what city, what base. And all they would have to do is go online and message the coalition and say, I see you've got a food truck coming up. I would love to help. We would love to have the help.
Thank you so much, Donnie.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time.